Today, we'll be asking ourselves this question. How does an ordinary boy become the architect of genocide? Because the thing is, Adolf Hitler wasn't born a monster. He became one step by step inside his own mind. And the most disturbing part is, many of those steps are human. This is how a fragile ego became a world-destroying delusion. Today we'll dive inside Adolf Hitler's mind. Chapter 1. The Wounded Child. Hitler, he grew up in fear. His father, Alois, was violent and controlling. His mother, Clara, was overprotective, to say the least. Adolf Hitler was withdrawn, arrogant, and furious when corrected. Teachers called him lazy, defiant, and obsessed with praise. Even as a child, Hitler showed what psychologists now call narcissistic vulnerability. This means a fragile ego that collapses under shame and defends itself with rage. It was Nietzsche who once wrote, "He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises." It sorta means if you can't accept to be small, you'd rather despise the world than admit your weakness. Hitler chose contempt over humility, and it became his fuel. Chapter 2. The Isolated Dreamer. As a teenage boy, Adolf Hitler stopped trying to fit in. He had almost no friends and no close bonds. Instead, he built fantasy worlds where he was a misunderstood genius. Psychologists nowadays call this compensatory grandiosity. When reality hurts too much, some minds build dreams of glory to survive it. Inside his mind, he was destined for greatness. In reality, however, he was doing nothing. That gap between who you think you are and who you actually are can rot a person from the inside. And in Hitler, it fermented into rage. Chapter 3. The Humiliated Young Man. At the age of 18 years old, Hitler's mother died. He failed art school twice and he sank into poverty. Instead of accepting failure, he rewrote the story. He said, "I didn't fail, they conspired against me." He devoured anti-Semitic newspapers and conspiracy theories that told him that he was secretly superior and his enemies were holding him back. This is called externalization, pushing all blame onto an enemy instead of facing your own flaws. This makes people feel powerful, but it cuts them off from reality. Chapter 4. The Messiah Delusion. World War I gave Adolf Hitler exactly what he craved: purpose, camaraderie, and even medals. And when Germany lost, he was enraged. He literally called it a stab in the back. Soon, he wasn't trying to help Germany anymore. He wanted to purify it. Crowds adored him, and he became addicted to the worship of these crowds. And he stopped seeing people as people, but he saw them as tools, or even worse, insects. Chapter 5. The Cracks in the Mask. Behind his godlike image at the time, he was crumbling. He was terrified of germs and obsessed with controlling his body. He swallowed daily cocktails of drugs, including amphetamines. He even seemed incapable of love and friendship, only domination. Even some of his closest allies described him as cold, empty, and unreachable. He wasn't powerful because he was strong. He was powerful because millions mistook emptiness as strength. Chapter 6. paranoia and collapse. By 1944, Adolf Hitler's mind was collapsing. He was giving out impossible orders. He accused closest allies of betrayal, and when Berlin was under attack, he was hiding in his bunker. And he declared that if he was to fall, Germany should burn with him. He didn't just lose touch with reality, he declared war on reality. Chapter 7. The lesson. Hitler wasn't brilliant, he wasn't complex. He was, in fact, hollow, a fragile ego wrapped in a cage of rage and fantasy. And that's the terrifying part. Someone so empty can destroy millions if enough people believe these illusions. Understanding Adolf Hitler's mind matters a lot, because minds like his can rise again.